Good morning! Coming to you live from Boulder, Colorado, where we had like one day of winter. I gotta tell you, to be real honest, I miss winter. But you gotta kind of go with the flow these days. So let's start with a little bit of hip internal rotation with your feet just outside of your knees. I want you to get comfortable with that full kneeling position. So even if you can't hold it for the whole time, start in this position, full kneeling, 2 knees down, and we're just gonna work a little bit of hinge motion through the hips. It's probably one of the most crucial skills when it comes to loading the body and being able to stand with really good structural integrity. All right, so full kneeling, feet just outside of the knees, and that puts the hips in internal rotation. And all I want you to do first is just take a nice big breath and elevate the ribs off of the hips, create some space, and then just push the hips back and come straight back up. We can use, from foundation training, Doc Goodman, we can use measuring sticks. Put your thumb on your bottom rib and your pinky on your hip bone. Float your elbows laterally to the side, so we don't want them stuck in and we don't want them out in front. Just nice and laterally. So let's elevate the rib cage. The measuring sticks ensure that when we do the hinge, that we don't lose space between the ribs and the hips. This keeps the spine in a really nice position when it comes to the hinge. And we know that the hips are moving in a really nice way. We'll keep working that. Keep the eyes slightly down, but not looking down. Okay, so chin into throat, head's in a great position. Anytime you're training, you want to pay attention to that head position and that your ears are over your shoulders and keeping that head position back. And good. All right, let's take it up into a standing position. And we're just going to roll the feet inwards. So it's actually outwards, but it's inwards into the big toe and then out to the 5th metatarsal. So we're just rolling the feet in and out. In. Here comes Jackson. Good morning. How are ya? Good to see ya. Come here. Come. Jackson, come. Oh, he's so nice. There he comes. Here he comes. Good. Jackson's on a little bit of a weight loss program right now. So I'm kind of into it. I just bought him a new step tracker. Inwards, outwards. If I can, I'll share his location with you and you can follow along as he subtly tries to lose 2 to 4 pounds. Just nice and easy, in and out. Good. All right, so now let's take it into a wide stance, an anchored stance. So anchored means we've got the heels in line with the 5th metatarsal. So the feet are parallel. Parallel. All right, and we're just going to glide right or to the left and to the right. We're still working the hinge. We want all 5 toes to remain strong and into the ground. We're just gliding. Lateral gliding, working the hinge on a bigger scale, push the hips back, toes are strong and into the ground. Good, we'll go one more each side, nice, and just hands are kind of on lockdown, and good. Shake that out. We're just gonna go right back to the feet, and that's eversion and inversion. So feet are parallel, pull the big toe off the ground, and the inside of the heel off the ground, and the pinky toe, and we're just kind of laying on the 5th metatarsal. And then in. We're just working through the feet. 2, 2. Through the feet. 3. The foot and ankle. 4. Good. And 5. Nice dynamic movement. Now we're just going to go a little calf raise. So from right there, make sure that you've got your stack, your ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And we're just going to work through some nice, easy calf raises. All 10 toes working into the ground. We've got 10 of these. And you want to feel strength in that ball joint of the big toe. Strength and connection. Good. Head's in a really good position. And let's go one more. And good. Shake that out. We're going right down to 90-90 half kneeling. So half kneeling, we've got one knee down. From right here, we've got 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. Working the stack. We're going two hands overhead and just knee over toe. Everything else stays nice and aligned. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. There you go. Keep reaching long and tall. Good. And one more. And good. Let's go the other side. So if you're part of my program, strength program, we're calling this half kneeling hip opener number 3. And it's number 3 because arms are overhead. Really good stack, chin into throat, right knee over left, or right knee over right toe. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and good. Let's go to the other side. Take that left knee, left leg out to about 10:30. So just because you can go to 9, don't. 10:30, that's perfect. We're just keeping the upper body square. We're pushing that left knee over the left toe. You get a little tugging in that adductor, especially if you keep that right shoulder back. 3, 4, 5. We're taking our time with this one. We got 5 more. 6. Just putting a little bit of pressure through the heel of the hand, through the knee, working through the quad. Good. This was a good weekend of training. I wouldn't call it great, but it was good. So we always kind of come into Monday morning wanting to reset the body. That's why Mondays are such a good day to anchor into this session, because we always can do a little bit of housekeeping, cleaning the body up from some of that anticipated tightness. A strong muscle typically does not become super tight, but it's all relative to the physical ask, right? So if you're in a progressively overloaded program that is your endurance program, so running or triathlon or cycling, whatever it is, you're always going to exceed what your body's capable of in that moment. And that's what training is all about. So resetting the body with mobility kind of brings us back to center, back to our natural state, where we can, again, accept more load and become even stronger, even faster, whatever the ask is. So we know that endurance sports breeds external rotation. So we start to get tight here and tight here. So that's why we like to play in internally rotated positions. So we're going to take a narrow founder, which is why I love foundation training. A narrow founder, pull the ribs off the hips. Now we're working a standing hinge, and we're just keeping the hands in tight. So it's going to limit how far we can hinge. Keep the knees biased towards the midline. You don't have to be touching, but we want them in just a little bit, okay? Push the hips back. Good. Again, we're going to be patient, going for 10. Good. I don't care what sport you play, and hopefully you play a sport because they're super fun. Tennis, skiing, mountain biking, all of it. You want to be strong in internal rotation and you want to be strong in external rotation. So you kind of need that full balance. We'll call that number 8. Working the hinge. 9. Good. And 10. So when we start to get a healthy hinge, that's when we can start to play with different patterns around strength and movement and daily activities. So let's go into a squat. So a squat, we're going to go outside of shoulder width, feet externally rotated. That opens the hips and allows us to get into those hips. And let's just go right into 10 squats. Body weight squats. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Right back to that half kneeling. Let's go left leg in front of right. Left leg in front of right. Follow it. Okay? We're going to go right arm down the midline. We're going to look to the left and extend that left arm out. So that if we had a wall right here, we could be touching that wall. Okay? So right arm stays right off the midline. Left arm opens and tries to get on that same midline. And then you can kind of pull the hands apart and pull the arms longer. Somebody wants to eat. Oh, you want some puppy chow? Soon. Almost. Good. Just let that head turn. So a lot of times I'll say keep your head straight because it will limit your range of motion. When you turn your head, you remove the challenge of separating the cervical spine and the thoracic spine. And there's a purpose for that, and it's mostly so that you can get that full rotation. Now we've got the right knee in front, and we're trying to get that right side turned to the right. So big thoracic rotation. Bigger than most sports would ask you to do. And because we turn the head, we're more likely to get it. Good. We're going to go 3 more of these. 1, keeping this knee nice and straight. 2, and 3. Back to the other knee in front. So position 3 is overhead. Position 2 is at chest height. We're going to do that same knee over toe, but rotate, and this time I want you to keep your eyes straight ahead. 1, 2, we're going to go 10 of these. 3, just turn. 4, don't turn your head. 5, 6, and I would call this more of a functional range of motion because this we can use a little bit because we need to be able to see where we're going. 9 and 10. Good. Same thing other side. Right knee over right toe, eyes straight, rotate to the right. 2, working into internal rotation on the right hip. 3, 4, I think I'm 1 behind. 5, if 10's important to you, stay with just 10. 7, 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Okay, good. Back to that wide position, that wide anchored position. And so I call this position third base. So if you're American, you know what I'm talking about. We're playing third base. If you're from the UK, it's just we play a lot of softball here. I don't know if you grow up as much in Europe and the UK, but with softball, but this is just a very much a ready position for tennis or any other sport. So here's our hinge again, right here. So we're gonna work the hinge, but we're adding the weight of the arms, which back to foundation training is a founder. So taking a nice big breath, pull the ribs up, and we're just gonna push the hips back, clavicles are open, shoulders are down, head is stacked, and we come right back out of it. We're just doing 5 founders. 2, push your hips back, weight of the arms should allow for more of a hinge. 3, and we're starting to upregulate more muscles. 4, 1 more, and 5. Okay, good. From there, we're gonna add that rotation again through the thoracic spine. So staying with that nice wide stance, anchored, so it's not severely internally rotated, it's just anchored. All right, so we've got feet nice and straight. More importantly, they're not externally rotated. From right there, we're just gonna rotate, hinge the hips back behind the heels, touch the ground with your left arm. Hinge the hips back, and then touch the ground with your right arm. As you do that, you're pulling the opposite shoulder back. So we're in this position. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 10. 5, pull the shoulder back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So again, not doing anything too massively hard. We don't need to do a lot of hard things when we're doing mobility. We want to do things that make our body feel good, things that don't feel too hard, right? We need to have a relaxed nervous system to access ranges of motion that are important to us. So let's go right knee, right hip down on the ground. This is a seated 90-90 position. 90 degrees on the front knee, 90 degrees on the back knee. We've got the right side down. We're gonna reach with the left arm. Drop the chest to the thigh. We got 5 reaches. 2, 3, 4, one more, and 5. And then we're going to go to the other side, left side, seated 90-90. Drop the chest to the thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, and 5. And we're going to do that one more time each side. So right knee down. We're sitting on that right hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, and 5. Same thing other side, seated 90-90. Big reach. 1, we're just sternum to femur, chest bone to big thigh bone. 2, 3, 4, one more, and 5. All right, you guys, Monday Mobility live from Boulder. Here we are, setting your week off for a really good start. You know, Mondays are just one day of the week. You should be taking all these principles and thoughts into Tuesday mobility, Wednesday mobility, Thursday mobility, and Friday mobility. There's probably not a more important time in our personal history as athletes and as human beings to take personal responsibility for your health, your mobility, your strength, all of it. And I just really appreciate it, because if you're hearing me say this, it's because you've allowed me to be part of your journey. We got to take personal responsibility, guys. I'm looking out for you. I'm on your team. Thanks for being part of mine. See you next Monday. Peace. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.